if you decide not to run for Congress or Senate, we could use you in Carson.
There you go. Well, you know, the boxing world, since I've won so much fight here and I've had so much fight here,
Yes.
they've always, every time that I come to Carson, all the people that work in Carson, they would always tell me, welcome home.
Yeah, right.
So, yeah, so
Absolutely.
thank you.
You feel very much home.
Yes, I do. You know, I've met Fred, you know, for a very long time, so, you know, and I'm grateful that he's helped us out to be here and then just to put this thing together to give the opportunity to help, you know, so it's amazing.
Nonito,
Well,
is
you
there
should be on
any...
this side of the camera.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
Come and
I
join
kind of
us.
jumped the gun a little bit on starting it, but I was officially supposed to start the press conference.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. Nonito,
I guess we're ready to start now, right?
Nonito, one question,
Of
Nonito.
course, you know, because he started the press conference,
Sige,
if
sige,
you want to
simulan
fight him
natin.
about it, it's okay.
Put him up, see? Put him
I'm a
up.
different,
Okay.
different weight class than the champion here. All right, so Fred Docdocil, Mabuhay, and welcome everybody to Mabuhay Credit Union. It is my sincere pleasure and privilege to welcome you all here. The champ, as you mentioned, has fought in Carson multiple times, most recently this month, to defend his WBC bantamweight belt. And for those that are not aware, he's a 4-division champion. So he, also known as the Filipino Flash, definitely holds the Philippines in his shoulders. And these are not as broad as mine, but they're very, very strong shoulders. And in the process of pursuing the unification of the bantamweight belts, he's actually taken a little bit of a break from that to respond to a higher calling. And I'm proud to say that he is responding to the call of the victims of Typhoon Odette. Again, for those of you that are not aware, this is a Category 5 typhoon known locally as Bagyong Odette, with winds of up to 150 miles per hour. Imagine that hitting December 16th. Unfortunately, this is 10 years to the day that another significant typhoon hit the Philippines, Bagyong Sendong, which hit my hometown in Cagayan de Oro. Now, our champ here was born and raised in Bohol, in central Philippines, and it's been devastated.
Yes.
Much of northern Mindanao and Visayas region. Unfortunately, over 400 people have passed away. 13 million have been affected in some way, shape, or form. 140,000 affected severely by this storm. And what the champ is doing here, and we really appreciate him for taking the time out of a busy schedule, is to come together as a community, invoke the Filipino Bayanihan spirit, which is coming together in unity to support those that need it, especially, you know, this is the holidays, and unfortunately we are still in the midst of a global pandemic. That's why we're requiring everybody to wear masks and other, protocols here today. So it's important that we heed the champ's call. This is a fundraising effort. We appreciate the city of Carson for supporting this effort. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, the champion, WCB bantamweight champion, 4-division weight champion, Nonito, the Filipino Flash, Donaire.
Thank you, guys. I am blessed to have everything that I have, all the success that I have, but mainly blessed that I am here supported by the city of Carson and all the people all around the world. You know, through my social media, they've come up to the call of helping the Filipino people, especially those that are affected by the typhoon. So I'm truly grateful to see the unity from people all over the world. And I think that for myself, you know, to see that, it gives me great pleasure and great pride and great honor, and makes me very happy that we can all work together regardless of time, places, and to put effort and energy into this, you know. So I am just grateful at all of this. So, you know, again, I am speechless when it comes down to just saying thank you.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah. I have a question, Nonito. Do you have any contact with our government over there that asking for support, that encourages you to do this kind of thing, or is it your own initiative?
Well, after a few days after the typhoon hit, a lot of my family had called me, and that they were, you know, they showed me a lot of the pictures, a lot of the videos of how much they are affected, you know, and how much they are looking for food, water, you know, that they are reaching out to everywhere, to especially to me, to help, you know, and I'm grateful to my brother Miguel over there, who's put this together along with Fred, and of course to you guys for coming in here and supporting this event. So, you know, I couldn't do this without these guys and without you guys, you know, and here we are on the way to creating even bigger things for them, you know, and not just the place in Bohol, but everywhere in the Philippines that are affected by the typhoon.
Yeah.
But it was all from the bottom of my heart, coming from all the help and reaching out from my family in the Philippines, that I decided to do it really fast. I mean, we just did this in a couple of days. I'm like, Fred, please, let's just do it. I don't know how we can do this, but let's just make it happen. And if it doesn't work, we can keep trying, and until we can create more for them. So.
Yeah.
So I'm very grateful for that.
Yeah, we thank you for that also. And then we're from the press club, Filipino American Press Club of California. We can help you to promote also. That's why we are here. We're promoting you to
I am thankful.
your fundraising.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
Thank you. And again, that's where all our power comes from, is when we can all help each other.
Okay.
And to piggyback on the champ's answer right now, obviously the short answer to your question was no, right? You didn't have
Yeah.
to wait for the Philippine government.
Yeah.
But government is the people.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where the power lies in, especially within the Filipino community. I mentioned earlier the Bayanihan spirit. We don't need to wait for anybody else to do anything for us.
Yes.
Especially when we have somebody of the champion's name, right? His brand, being able to do this, and you know, I'm blessed to have an opportunity to have a venue host this space here today. Obviously, with the support of the city of Carson, and everybody that's here, not just physically, but also on live and virtual, our media and just the general community. I think that just as a reminder, we don't need to wait for anybody else to tell us what to do. We should have that initiative, and more importantly, we should be courageous enough to follow through on that initiative. But thank you, that's an amazing question.
Okay.
Christian.
Hi, I'm Christian from Weekend Balita. This is just a personal question for you. Do you have any relatives who live near the typhoon site, and how are they right now?
Well, that's how I came to this decision to do it as fast as possible, because after the typhoon hit, a lot of my families were affected in Bohol. As you know, I was born in Bohol. I was raised partly of my life in Bohol, and a lot of my families are from there. So when they reached out to me, I knew I had to make the step to do whatever I can to make things happen for them. And one thing that they have addressed, and one thing that they truly need is food and water, clean water. Yeah. So, and of course, a lot of places as well don't even have electricity still. So it's our job as privileged and as blessed, and all the things that we have right now, is to just give back. The simplest thing, either from sharing the link and allowing people to see it, and at the same time, we do have a GoFundMe as well, and of course all of our merchandise here that I usually sell are giving it for free for the typhoon. Well, not free, but for people to purchase and for the typhoon. So
Thank you very much.
thank you.
If I may hop on that, I know that's a very Filipino thing to ask, where you're from, where's your family from, right? And yes, Odette ravaged northern Mindanao and the Visayan region. So starting with Siargao, Cagayan de Oro, Camiguin, and then hitting into the Visayan area, Bohol, Cebu, before exiting in Palawan. So that's a wide swath, right? Unfortunately, for whatever reason, it doesn't have as big of a coverage as it probably should. I mentioned the numbers earlier, 13 million people affected in some way, shape, or form. That's significant. 140,000 people severely affected, 300 people required to evacuate, 400 people dead. And in terms of physical damage, it's $780 million. That equates to just about 40 billion pesos with a B, right? So it's not just a matter of you know, if his family was affected, or you know, my family, or you know, whatever the case is. At the end of the day, again, it's about getting together as a community. And I know us here in the city of Carson, Tita Faye can attest to this. Starting 10 years ago, you know, when Sendong happened, when Ondoy happened, when Haiyan happened, when Washi happened, we always galvanized together as a community. And that's why I'm really proud. I mean, you know, Mayor Pro Tem mentioned earlier that the city of Carson has about 100,000 population. Fully 20% of that is of Filipino descent. So when you're talking about just one city having 20,000 Filipinos, and it's not just about being Filipino, it's just about being a person. If there's something that you can do it. Especially if you can serve your community. And I'm so grateful that the champ has that same mindset. Because again, you know, it's about teamwork, that Bayanihan spirit. So yes, thank you, champ.
Well, thank you guys for allowing this.
So I want to add on also that, you know, we want to replicate the efforts of 10 years ago with Haiyan and other typhoons. Many non-Filipinos in Carson want to contribute as well. So that type of unity in Carson is very effective in raising enough money to at least be helpful to the many people who were devastated by this typhoon in the Philippines. So I think spreading the word out from the Filipino and the Philan community to the entire city, which I will help do, will be beneficial as well.
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem.
You're welcome.
Do you have a question, Esteban?
Yeah, well, this is about boxing. Are you ready to fight for another bout, or what are your plans since you won here in the city of Carson
Well,
recently?
First thing is, of course, to do this and to do it fully, wholeheartedly. But definitely, I am ready to take all the belts. That is my goal. That is my journey in this game. I mean, I've done everything in boxing, from being Fighter of the Year, Naka of the Year. I mean, just any award and accolades in boxing, except for being undisputed, and that's me, 2022.
All right. Good luck.
Anybody else have any questions?
May we have can I have a suggestion?
Yes, sir.
Can we have all participants here to get in front to have a photo op?
Picture?
Yeah. Okay.
We can do that. Yeah.
Everybody.
Yeah. But maybe there's some questions yet.
Yeah. That's
Yeah,
all.
yeah.
Didi.
Anybody has
Any questions? To our champ? No
This
question?
is former Miss
Asia USA.
And she's from Cebu.
From Cebu to
There kayo.
Bisaya.
Yeah, my family is also affected, so it's amazing. It's very breathtaking when you know directly like your family's affected and your relatives. Like I have relatives in Surigao, they got wiped out, but there's no way to get help there because of the island is really far from reach, and we have friends. They have resorts, everything wiped out, but we're finding logistics right now to get to the island. But like my own property got partially wiped out, and my parents too. But the clearing, it's quite challenging. But water, food is very challenging. So I did initiate like less than 24 hours within my pageant sisters, and they were helpful. But I'm very available and open to like help promote different groups. I told my friends like, I think with this natural calamity, it's best to do small groups and directly impose and directly give the help to the people like right on the spot. Because I think if it's too big and the distribution is hard, I think small groups go, and I'm so grateful also with a group of friends that really took initiative from Manila to ship right away in a lot of like the places. So if you guys need like help on like, you know, every peso matters. Like a bag, $6 could feed like 2 days of like entire family. So we do all the math and calculate everything that everybody gets fed, especially like the areas is like that are hard to reach. So I'm just grateful to have that connection. But definitely it's a collaborative effort, and thank you so much for your expedite action to really implement and help our people.
And you guys here allowed that to happen. And again, you know, now that you mentioned that, you know, we do have with Miguel, his family, you know, we can, because buying the stuff here would be very strenuous to get it over there.
Oh yeah.
But
absolutely.
because, you know, we have a connection to buying it in the Philippines,
Yeah, makes
all
sense.
we need now is an effort and connection to transport the food and the water.
Food, yeah.
Right.
Locally.
Right. So
Locally.
you know, the food and the water will be through our efforts here. Will be purchased in the Philippines, and then of course the logistic to get it to places. You know, and we are looking to combine our efforts with everybody.
Absolutely.
So in the past, what we've done was we collected physical goods, which is nice, but unfortunately people took that as an opportunity to clear out their closets, which is not what we really want to do. But yes, to Champ's point, it's a lot quicker to be able to, you know, to remit or to wire funds over there. So what the team is trying to accomplish here today is to raise funds. There's group fund, you know, there's a GoFundMe, they're selling merchandise here. And what Didi was talking about is it makes sense for, you know, individuals to have their own, you know, it's not even a competition thing, it's a collaborative thing. You know, everybody has their own way. I mean, like, you know, the credit union has also partnered with the Filipino Young Leaders Program, which is partnering with Ayala Foundation Incorporated. They have boots to the ground, and that's how we're encouraging our members to donate. But this group, you know, with this group, obviously we're opening our doors to be able to do this, and this is another avenue. Didi has her own GoFundMe. You know, whoever else has anything, you know, let's cross promote, because at the end of the day, you know, as has been mentioned, every single peso counts.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, you know, in terms of the death toll, that's priceless. You know, over 400 have unfortunately lost their lives during a pandemic. But, you know, in terms of the physical damage, yes, that's 40 billion pesos. But with our help here, we can chip away at it, and that's why they're selling merchandise here. You know, for those of you that have cash, they accept cash. You know, a credit card that could go through the group, the GoFundMe, and we will be sharing that link so that, you know, the press can blast that out there. But as far as other ways to help, you know, there's always you know, groups that are doing something like this. I know the Press Club, the Filipino American Press Club of California has their own thing too, and we sincerely appreciate you all supporting this effort, because again, at the end of the day, it's not, you know, you do yours, we do ours, and then, you know, together everyone achieves more.
Right.
Literally, that's team, right? Together everyone achieves more, and I always circle back to the Bayanihan spirit. But that's what's needed right now, especially at the holidays during a pandemic. Let's just remember that.
And I also want to add, Miguel here has a YouTube channel. For every subscriber his YouTube channel, for every subscriber is $1 that goes to the relief. So if we can subscribe to his channel, those are individually $1 each. We're gonna add another day.
Yeah.
Today was his day to say, you know what? Yesterday and today was his day for all of that, but we're gonna add another day so that people can subscribe to his channel.
Yeah.
But for each subscription is $1 to the
To the charity.
Yeah, I think that's something that a lot of YouTubers are not doing right now, and I believe we are the first one who's really doing this to edify humanity. So we're using technology, so at least we can raise funds at the same time and send it to the relief as well.
So what's your last name?
What's the name
Miguel?
of the channel?
What's your
So
last
which is
name?
Miguel Ileto Carlos.
Ileto Carlos.
Carlos.
Yes, so that's my channel, and then I believe we're gonna share it here too as well. And every subscriber is converted to $1.
Okay.
So you know, challenge accepted.
Okay.
Let's go tell the whole city of Carson to get all the 130,000 people to subscribe. You know,
Yes.
it's less enough to give. So
How much is a subscription?
Per subscribe if you
When you
subscribe
hit
to my channel.
subscribe.
So all you do,
Just subscribe.
yes, all you do, and if you go to YouTube, all you do is just click subscribe, and you get, and the $1 goes to.
I'll match it with $1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So every subscription right now we are at 180 subscription, 200. You know, so the more that we have, the more that we can give.
Yeah.
Yes.
Or the more that
Good.
we can give.
Uh-huh.
Hey, he offered.
So I do have one question. In the past, when we did this, we did assemble, as Fred mentioned, various clothing and bottled water and food and so forth. But you think that's not the right approach this time? It's better to raise as much funds as possible, as much
Yes.
money as possible.
Right.
It's
Be
easier.
purchased in the Philippines. It's
Yes.
more practical.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because of course we have a lot of contacts with shippers in Carson because of the harbor. But that's not needed this time, and we want to engage them. We'll engage them in another way, asking for monetary donation.
Yes.
Yes.
The ports are not like.
I mean, it takes a month to
accessible.
get there.
Yeah.
To begin
Yeah.
with.
And the
Yeah.
ports was really destroyed during the.
Well, I'm sure the
Typhoon.
fishing vessels were destroyed, that just the boats for transport were damaged and destroyed, so
Yeah.
that makes an isolated island like your family lives on even more difficult to rescue, so to
The
speak.
worst part is that they lost a lot of the homes. You know, the homes are like, if you live close to the ocean, they're just nipa huts, you know.
Yeah.
So, and the wind is really strong.
Yeah,
So
they're
all
very
of
fragile.
the hardest problem that they had is there's no electricity. A lot of the water is connected to the electricity. So when the electricity is out, then there's no water.
No pumping.
Yeah.
Usually in all the from Baguio Ondoy is where I donated houses to the people, and then I'm not sure when it was in 2017 or 2018.
There was,
think
there was
High-end, I think. So
high-end.
high-end,
High-end.
and we donated 100 homes in Iloilo along with Greg Secker Foundation, who made it happen, and I supported that. So I've usually come down to build homes for the affected, but this time it was just something that they really asked me to give food and water for them. That was something that it was really crucial for them to have. So that's why I'm making the effort really fast, as much as I can, as fast as possible for me to create that for them.
We have an event in 2 days, in Thursdays, the annual Dr. Rizal Day. It's the 125th anniversary of his martyrdom as a national hero. So that might be a good opportunity to promote fundraising.
Yeah.
And so I've got just happen to have a flyer on it. And this is what it
He's
looks
always
like.
ready.
You can get that on. I don't know if that's
I'll
clear
email
enough.
that out to the
Okay.
press as well.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
We need some press releases for this.
Thank you for that, yeah. So the city of Carson is also unique in that we not only celebrate Rizal Day on his anniversary of his death, but we also recognize him, and again, Tita Faye is one of our leaders that makes this happen on his birthday in June as well. So that makes the city of Carson very unique to the Filipino and Filipino American community, because we do celebrate, one of the biggest celebrations we have annually is the Philippine Independence Day celebration. And on that note, PIDF did already get approval to support the effort, so we'll be donating to that. The 4th of July is Phil-Am Friendship Day. The entire month of October is Phil-Am History Month, Larry Itliong Day, and Rizal Day, along with the Leyte Landing. So it's something that, we're just, the Filipino community is very well represented here, especially now with Councilwoman Arlene Bukitinha Rojas. But it doesn't stop and end with the city of Carson. Through the efforts of the press club, this is going to be disseminated everywhere. Unfortunately, again, for whatever reason, it hasn't had the same kind of coverage that other calamities have had in the past. But just know that there are people in the ground that are suffering, and every single peso, every single dollar that you can donate helps. These are just some of the merchandise that is being sold for that. We'll be sharing information on the GoFundMe and the Rizal Day celebration. That way, we can bring the community together. I know everybody's busy. End of the year, the holidays, we also have to remember that we're still in the midst of a pandemic. Omicron is still out there. We do have a Trauma 1 facility, which my wife works at, and they are unfortunately seeing increased cases. So everybody needs to remain vigilant and ensure that we're keeping ourselves and those that we love safe. But at the end of the day, this effort is to ensure that the support that is sorely needed gets there and gets there fast. And that's why, you know, I mean, yes, it's nice to get physical donations, but the cash is just going to go a lot faster. And then once it gets there, you know, there's already boots to the ground that can help support, and it's going to get to those that need it the most as quickly as possible. So thank you, Tita Faye, for your support. Miguel is going to collect your donations. over there. If anybody else wants any more,
Yeah.
there's more here. Any other questions?
Yes, please, if you do have any other questions, you know, even collaboration, even anything that can help, you know, it's just not my fight, it's everybody's fight to help those that are in need.
Good way to put it, yeah, right. Very good, excellent, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
So we have a tradition here, and I know you were asking for this earlier, but we have a tradition whenever I'm involved with an event that we call it the Filipino tradition of Kodakan. We're gonna go up
Outside,
front,
yeah.
and we'll take a group photo out there with the champ. So
Everybody would be-
thank you.